Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today we're gonna have a look at my Ryobi Hedge Trimmer, because it has been 6 years since I purchased this, and I actually did a video reviewing it the day I took it out of the box. And I thought, well, I'm gonna be doing some hinge work over here, so how has the Hedge Trimmer held up after 6 years? Yeah, we're gonna have a look at that. First we're gonna make it ready to work for a little bit. I have a few things that I use, so we're gonna have a look at that. So here is the trimmer, and I must admit it has been working great. Let's just get the model out of the way. This is the OHT1855R or 1855R. Yeah, it's an 18-volt Ryobi hinge trimmer. It can turn the handle around. I have never used that. I could probably use it, but yeah, it hasn't been necessary. I don't have that much of a hinge. It doesn't get hours and hours of work at a time. Normally I can do the hinge in about half an hour, so that's fine. So to prepare the blade for it, I put this on just so that I don't cut myself. I haven't put the battery in, as you can clearly see right here, no battery. I am a little bit afraid of this hinge trimmer because fingers fit so well in there, so I'm a bit afraid of that. Normally, when I'm going to be using it, I take some of this oil. This could be WD-40. This is just a competing brand, and I just go down here and I put a little bit of oil in each of these little holes, and that will go out and lubricate it while doing that. But I did actually get a thing for cleaning up the blade. My brother gave me this quite some time ago. I have tried to use it, but I don't use it every time, so yeah, we're gonna try and use that just for video purposes. So to do that, we need to take this thing off. This is for removing the branches when you cut, but it also just slides off if it hasn't. Okay, it's on there better than usually. I usually don't take this off, so it's gonna be difficult to get back on there. So this thing, you unscrew this and you put some oil in there. It came with some oil for the hinge trimmer. It's even the right hinge trimmer that is on the picture of the oil, so that is great. And then you can press this, and then you should be able to clean your blade on the hinge trimmer. So we're gonna try that. When I take that thing off, it should just be able to go through here, and it cleans it. There is like brushes in there. I think they're just some plastic brushes, and then you can press the button and you should pump a little bit of oil in there. I don't see it working, but it says 5 times. It takes a while for the button to come up again. So yeah, it's might not be that useful, or I'm doing it wrong. So now we have definitely used it. I'm gonna do as I always do, give it some of this oil as well. So my grass has become very long, and this bush has become extremely big. So the idea is to cut this bush down considerably, and then instead of raking all the branches up afterwards, I'm just going to use my lawnmower, which has one of those pickup things on the back, so I can just run over it with the lawnmower and it will pick up all the branches from this little bush. I usually do that with the hinge over here, and it saves me a lot of time, plus raking up stuff from the lawn isn't that interesting. It's way more fun to just run over it with the lawnmower. So yeah, that's the general idea. So let's give this a little bit of oil. So all of these holes, just give it a little bit. There. Here is the big bush in question, and it might come as a surprise to you, but I'm not a professional hinge cutter in any way, so I'll be happy if it looks round when I'm done. It's gonna look very ugly because all the leaves are on the outside, so when I cut it down it's gonna develop new leaves on the inside, but until I get there it's gonna look very ugly. So I'm gonna shut up and then you're gonna see this fast forward a bit. I think we need to take off another 10 centimeters, get it down to about there. I'm not totally displeased with this. Of course it could be done better. This is not my full-time profession. I have a smaller bush and I can go around it with the lawnmower and pick up all this stuff. I need to trim down this rose bush as well. It's also getting out of hand. So I'll do that, and but it's a little bit early here and I don't want to get into bad standing with the neighbors starting up the lawnmower too early. The hinge trimmer doesn't make that much of a noise. So this hinge down here I cut not that long ago. I'm being visited by a little cat, the neighbor's cat. It patrols here, I'm sure of it. I cut this not that long ago, so it hasn't gotten this that big, but it's a really ugly hinge. There's everything in it, trees and bushes and ugly stuff. But I think now that I have the hinge trimmer out, I might just cut it again. It's not gonna take long. might look straight from here, it's really not. The hinge is absolutely horrible to work with because it's full of all sorts of stuff, and there is, well, the first part of it here grows to a good height, and then the last part down there is mostly in the shadow and it doesn't grow very well. The end of the garden down here is in shadow from this thing, which is a, well, let's call it trolls bush. Trolls bush, trollebusk. Directly translated, I have no idea what it's called. But yeah, this hinge down here is equally bad. It just comprises of all sorts of different stuff that will sting you. There's even some brambles in here. There's a nice example right here. Bramble sticking out. Yeah, would be nice to cut that because it tries to get the best of me every time I come by here with the lawnmower. Okay, I have some branches that are coming down from this. It's really an apple tree, but it has some parasites growing on it, and one of them sends its branches back down to the ground, and they scrape and they clear the ground down here. And I think I want to shorten those a little bit, so I'm gonna try that. It also shows that it can do bigger stuff because some of these are, well, little pinky wide, pinky thick. Let's see if we can do that. That wasn't the problem. Done! So that was the amount of hinge trimming that I want to do today. And it was all done on one battery, and this is a 4 amp hour battery. You can get way bigger than this today. 9 amp hours is actually available, although they're very pricey. But I think we should go and clean up what we did before I tell you how wonderful this hedge trimmer is after still 6 years. So yeah, I took the battery out. I don't want to be that YouTuber that shows you how to cut off your fingers in a video. It would get demonetized anyway. So here is my lawnmower. I actually did a video on this when I got it. It has electric start. That hasn't been working for years. That battery didn't last out in the cold, but it has the pickup thing that you put on the back, so it picks up everything that it moves. So it's kind of a lawn vacuum cleaner. So we're gonna attach that, start it up, and then I'm just gonna have it pick up all this mess that I made. So it's gonna take no time whatsoever. Well, that's the hope anyway. So when everything is so big, it doesn't take long to fill it up. So if we look down here, it's already full. So I'll empty that. Empty, ready to go again. The lawnmower vacuum cleaner has done its job, and everything is, I wouldn't call it perfect, but it's very nice, and I didn't have to do much. And I emptied the container here. This is the fourth container, and I want to show you what comes out of it. Here it is. It's very nicely taken apart, so it's good mulch. It can go right in the compost if you have one of those. I have this area in the back garden where I throw all the stuff, and it's a perfect place for little animals and things to mess around with. I have a lot of snails that likes to eat this. Well, I just served them a heck of a big bowl of salad right there. Enjoy! I kind of saved the best for last. So this big thing that I took down from the tree, hanging there. Yeah, want to get rid of that as well. Let's mulch. Okay, we almost got it. I'm gonna pick up the last little sticks. It's very efficient. So I might be a little bit sweaty. It is work after all, and I'm an IT person, so we don't do that. But I must say, after 6 years of having this Hedge Trimmer, which I did a review on 6 years ago, and at that time I was very impressed, and I would like to tell you that I'm still very impressed with it. I'm so impressed with it that I bought a house in Portugal, and I got one just like it for my house in Portugal. So I have this here in Denmark, and I have one in Portugal, and I'm very happy with both of them. The one in Portugal has though missed both the screws that holds this fender in place, and I see that I only have one screw in this one, so there is a weak point there. I've taped it onto the machine down there, but yeah, that's my only little bugger with it. It has this one has a little bit of rust because the sap in the things that you're cutting, well, it's acid-like, and it rusts a little bit, and that's why we give it a little bit of oil. So when I'm done with it, I also just spray it with oil, and it gets a little bit more when I am gonna be using it again. So as any YouTuber, I will leave a very nice affiliate link in the description so you can go and check it out. I have no idea what it costs these days. I think it have gone down in price over the last 6 years. That's a weird thing, right? That usually doesn't happen. But yeah, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.